Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving deep into the massive Rixos Bab Al Bahr resort to uncover exactly what their 2026 festive season package really entails. Look, if you're planning a holiday getaway and you're currently scrolling through endless all-inclusive options, you already know the struggle. The sheer volume of marketing fluff, the glowing adjectives, and those potentially hidden fees, it can be totally overwhelming. It is honestly exhausting trying to figure out what you are actually paying for. So we've gone ahead and taken their official source material, stripped away all that promotional noise, and distilled it right down into a clear, structured analysis. Let's dive right in and see what is genuinely on offer for you and your family. To make sure we thoroughly digest this comprehensive resort offering without getting lost in the weeds, we're going to follow a very clear roadmap today. First up, we'll look at the 2026 Festive Wonderland. 2. Entertainment for every age. 3. Adult wellness and nightlife. 4. Essential in-room services. And finally, number 5, we are decoding the fine print, which is arguably the most crucial financial part of this whole thing.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the 2026 Festive Wonderland and its dazzling atmosphere.
So the core messaging in the source material leans heavily, and I mean heavily, into the holiday spirit with one specific, unavoidable slogan: "'Tis the season to be jolly." They are setting a very clear expectation right out of the gate for a truly immersive and uplifting atmosphere. And, from a business perspective, this is a highly intelligent move. They aren't just selling you a hotel bed and some standard buffet food. They are actively packaging a mood. They are literally selling a feeling of wonder and celebration from the exact second you walk through their front doors. As a guest, you should definitely be aware that this means the energy will be high, it's going to be highly thematic, and very, very focused on seasonal joy.
For this 2026 festive season, the resort is explicitly committing to surrounding guests with holiday cheer. We're talking about the standard resort menus and entertainment rosters being actively replaced, or at least heavily augmented, with holiday-specific themes. You can expect massive, extensive displays of twinkling lights, joyful live performances, and dedicated seasonal dining that goes way beyond the usual resort fare. Think specialized roast dinners, beautifully crafted holiday pastries, and themed cocktails. What you should really take away from this is that they are intentionally designing the entire environment to manufacture those heartwarming moments with your family. They want to make the holiday feel incredibly special, even if you are thousands of miles away from home. Now, when you stop and consider the sheer scale of these grounds, you start to realize the massive canvas they actually have to work with. These expansive courtyards and just enormous pool areas are where they host their daily activities, the live entertainment, and sports matches. It is a staggering footprint. So why does this matter to you? Well, because a complex this large means the festive atmosphere isn't just confined to a single noisy lobby tree. It's spread out. The resort can easily host a high-energy, loud musical event in one courtyard without entirely disrupting guests who might just be seeking a bit of quiet reading time by a completely different pool.
Moving right along to Section 2, entertainment for every age. Let's see exactly how they are segregating the fun. First up is the Rixy Club, which forms the absolute backbone of the resort's childcare strategy. This is a programmed environment designed to offer structured daily participation, dedicated kids' pool access, and specialized parties. Think mini discos, treasure hunts, and magic shows. The crucial point here is that this isn't just some simple, unmonitored playroom where you drop off your kids and just kind of hope for the best. Nope, it's an active, engaging zone carefully designed to keep younger children fully entertained. And the massive payoff? Parents can actually get some genuine, uninterrupted time to themselves to just relax. Notice the specific age brackets they use. They have drawn a very hard dividing line in their demographic planning. The Rixy Club is strictly for 4 to 12-year-olds. Then, there's an entirely separate facility called the Teens Republic, which is specifically for 10 to 17-year-olds. Honestly, this is a brilliantly smart structural choice by the resort. It ensures your moody teenagers aren't lumped into the same space as hyperactive toddlers. That is a massive win for absolutely everyone involved, right? It acknowledges that a 7-year-old and a 15-year-old have wildly different definitions of what makes a vacation actually fun. And when you look at what is actually offered for those older kids, it makes perfect sense. Instead of traditional crafts or basic playground equipment, the Teens Republic acts as a modern arcade and lounge. It is highly focused on digital gaming, with PlayStation and Xbox consoles right alongside competitive table sports like electronic darts and table soccer. It essentially gives older kids a designated social hub away from the younger children. And let's be totally honest here, it gives them a dedicated place to completely ignore their parents while playing video games for 4 hours straight. Which brings us to the adults. Let's look at Section 3, Adult Wellness and Nightlife.
The adult experience at Rixos Bab Al Bahr is this fascinating study in contrasts. By night, you've got these spectacular, high-energy acrobatic live shows suspended right over the pool, a highly theatrical, vibrant atmosphere that really gets the adrenaline pumping. But then, by day, you can completely shift gears and transition into serene, quiet escapes in the traditional Turkish hammam. It's a dual experience, perfectly designed to let you dictate the exact pace of your vacation. You can literally spend the entire afternoon in absolute silence and then spend the evening completely surrounded by incredible live entertainment.
Speaking of that daytime relaxation, we need to talk about what wellness features are fundamentally included in your base package. You can freely utilize the traditional Turkish hammam, the sauna, the steam room, and you can even grab healthy refreshments from the vitamin bar. If you want to keep up with your workout routine while you're away, the fitness center is fully accessible too. Or, hey, if you're feeling particularly brave, you can brace yourself for the rather unique ice fountain to completely wake up your nervous system after a long session in the steam room. Having all of these core facilities included at no extra entry cost is a fantastic perk. Now, when the sun goes down and we look at the nightlife pacing, the rules are very clear. Standard alcoholic beverages are poured late into the night, typically until 2 a.m. across various lively venues on the property. But what if you aren't drinking, or you just want a much quieter evening to decompress? Well, the resort accommodates this perfectly with dedicated alcohol-free zones. The Aisha Lounge, for example, focuses purely on specialty teas, coffees, and soft beverages in a much more relaxed, conversational atmosphere. So whether you want to party into the early hours or just quietly sip a chamomile tea with a really good book, the infrastructure supports both lifestyles beautifully.
Moving on to Section 4, Essential In-Room Services and the Overall Logistics of Your Stay.
When it comes to your actual room, a standard twin setup features a comfortable arrangement and a private balcony, often boasting a sea view for you to enjoy your mornings. According to the source documents, you're greeted with a minibar containing a selection of soft drinks and beer, which, let's be real, is a really nice welcoming touch after a long, exhausting travel day. You also get basic Wi-Fi connectivity included right there in your room, ensuring you can stay connected to the outside world, check your emails, or post a few vacation photos without stressing over crazy roaming charges. However, there's a vital administrative side to your vacation that you simply cannot ignore. While fantastic services like shuttle buses to the local Al Hamra Mall or even all the way out to the massive Dubai Mall are available to guests, they're absolutely not a hop-on, hop-off situation. They require proactive pre-booking. The exact same goes for logistical room requests like baby cots, bathtubs, or special anniversary amenities. You have to plan ahead and communicate with the hotel concierge. You cannot just expect a shuttle bus to be waiting for you in the driveway or a baby cot to magically appear in your room without asking first. Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5, Decoding the Fine Print. If you thought absolutely everything was entirely free in an all-inclusive package, pay very close attention to this next critical section as we uncover what actually costs extra. Drawing a stark line right here empowers you to properly plan your budget and avoid that dreaded checkout sticker shock. Yes, you are getting an incredible amount of value with the base package. Standard pouring brand liquors, minibar beer, basic internet, and access to the hammam and fitness center. But look closely at the extra charge list. This is a classic resort catch. The hammam space itself is free to enter, but the minute you want a scrub or a massage, you are opening your wallet. The same goes for the internet. Basic browsing is totally fine, but if you need high-speed Wi-Fi to take a Zoom call for work, prepare for a supplement. Want fresh squeezed juice instead of standard juice, champagne, premium wine? Those will all definitely hit your final bill. Your physical location within the resort also dictates your wallet. Specific premium venues require supplements. If you go to the CNC bar and order shisha, charges apply. The cigar bar charges extra for its specialized tobacco and top-shelf liquor. Head to the Inferno nightclub and want a VIP table or a lounge area, that's going to be a supplement. There's honestly a bit of irony to an all-inclusive having VIP tiers, especially when even relaxing on the beach has a tier system. Want a standard beach chair? That's included. Want a dedicated private beach cabana at the Cabana Oasis? That is an entirely separate extra charge. And we absolutely cannot forget the standard hotel conveniences. Things you might just assume are automatically included in a luxury all-inclusive stay often are not. Room service, laundry services, airport and city transfers, renting a car, or even just using the business center to print out your boarding passes, these are explicitly listed in the source documents as excluded from the base package. And remember that fantastic Rixy Club we talked about earlier? Well, it's brilliant for daytime childcare, but if you need one-on-one babysitting services at night so you can hit the nightclub, that falls firmly into this extra charge category.
Finally, you must always keep the standard hospitality disclaimer in mind. The specific menus, the acrobat schedules, the shuttle times, and yes, even those upcharges we just discussed can shift. It's a highly dynamic environment and things change based on supply and demand. It is entirely your responsibility to verify the absolute latest offerings, inclusions, and extra fees directly with the resort right before you board your flight. Do not rely on assumptions. Rely on direct communication with the hotel to ensure your expectations perfectly match reality.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. You've seen the dazzling festive promises, the excellent segregation of the kids' clubs, and the absolutely beautiful wellness facilities that make this resort so incredibly appealing. But you have also seen the very clear, hard boundaries of what is and isn't included in that upfront price. So does the immense convenience of this massive, highly curated holiday environment outweigh the reality that you'll be paying premium upcharges for things like high-speed Wi-Fi, fresh juice, and spa treatments? That is the ultimate question you have to ask yourself to help decide if this specific brand of all-inclusive luxury perfectly aligns with your vacation style.